Warning. Geesebumps is a comedy podcast based on the works of R.L. Stine. Any similarity to an actual literature podcast is coincidental and unintentional.
They're creepy and they're crawly. They're totally disgusting. Obsessed with worms? That's putting it mildly. Todd is so fascinated with worms, he keeps a worm farm in his basement. Most of all, Todd loves torturing his sister and her best friend with worms, dropping them in their hair, down their backs. Until one day, after cutting a worm in half, Todd notices something strange. The rest of the worms seem to be staring at him. Suddenly, worms start showing up in the worst places for Todd. In his bed, in his homework, even in his spaghetti. What's a worm lover to do when his own worms are starting to gross him out?
I'm just thinking about the worst place a worm could pop up. Spaghetti's not great. I'm just thinking about like you're on your wedding day and you're about to do your vows, and then they're like,
I'll tell you where, Jeff, I will tell you the worst place for worms to show up.
I know you didn't interrupt my bit to not have a bit.
Jeff, go back to your bit. What was it?
Sorry, it's expired, much like the milk in the fridge. You're dead to me.
Welcome to Geesebumps, a Did You Mean Goosebumps podcast.
I didn't.
Shut the fuck up. It's Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. My name is Danielle. I have a PhD.
My name is JoJo and I have a PhD.
My name is Jeff and I have to correct Danielle. It's actually not Thanksgiving. This is releasing the day before Thanksgiving.
Maybe not in Canada.
Ooh, Danielle, did you hear this?
Yeah. Danielle, it's Thanksgiving Eve, which is the date that all the little boys and girls go to bed wondering which of the presents under the Thanksgiving tree contains turkey. And the trick is they all contain turkey.
They all contain turkey.
Turkey pie again.
Turkey pie again.
There's a lot of turkey in there.
Yeah.
So much turkey in that turkey pie.
Guys,
Yeah.
on today's episode of Geesebumps, did I mean Goosebumps?
Did you?
I did.
Damn it.
What did we read for today's episode?
Go eat worms.
So who's doing the synopsis?
So go eat worms.
No, you eat worms.
You eat worms.
Shit, you guys got me.
Asshole. Hey Jeff, listen, there's gonna be a lot of that.
There's going to be a lot of that.
So this book, this magnum opus, who wants to break it open and tell us what it's about?
Danielle, you love this book, so I think this one needs to be yours.
I don't think Danielle's done one in a while either.
I don't think Danielle's done one in a while either. So I think this is a good time. Danielle, Please regale us. I'll give you, you know what? Just because, Danielle, and don't tell Jeff this. Jeff, listen.
Jeff, turn your head.
Because Danielle's my favorite person on the podcast.
That's right.
Even more than me.
Documented, yes.
I think Danielle is going to have to do the plot summary for this one. Jeff, I'm sorry. It was a really close race. But I like you way less, as it turns out.
Hanging up my apron. I'll be back in the Christmas special.
Pack your knives and go.
Your jokes needed a little more spice. I'm going to pull up my stopwatch. And Danielle, I'm going to give you 2 minutes, to talk about the plot.
Oh, boy.
Of Go Eat Worms.
Okay. All right.
And?
Yes.
Go.
Okay. Todd Barstow is an annoying little shit. And he has a hard on for worms, which we will get to later. But he's got a sister, Regina, who does not like worms. And as you can see, I've forgotten the fine details of this story, but
You remember the character's whole last name, so that's good.
but yeah. So something about worm pranks. There's several instances of putting worms in food and making someone eat it. And then there's a science fair, and there's a big bird at the science fair because reasons, and it pukes up worms, and then they go and they're digging in the earth, and there's like a fucking giant sandworm that comes out of the ground, but then the fucking sister and her big ass bird happen to be walking by. Timing is nice. And the big bird scares the big dumb worm back into its hole.
Danielle, we asked you to do the synopsis for Go Eat Worms, not the movie Dune, which just came out.
This is an adaptation of Dune by R.L. Stine.
I think you probably have like a minute left, Danielle.
Yeah, 38 seconds, actually.
Sure, yeah, well...
This is Danielle. Hey, Danielle, this is a terrible job.
I feel like I got the main point across. I mean, worms,
I don't know.
bird,
No.
Oh, and then he's a little shit. He's a little fuckface, and he. Oh, yeah, that's right. He cuts a worm in half in front of all the other worms, and then he's convinced that they all want to kill him.
I just want everyone to know that I live with this.
What a joy!
Imagine this, but you're asking what you want for dinner.
And that is time. That is time, everybody. That was very good. Let's let's make sure that people who didn't read this are going to be able to follow along with what we're talking about. So as Danielle alluded to in her synopsis,
It was more sin than opposite, if you will.
Hey, Danielle, that was the equivalent of you. I was like, hey, what's your book report? And you were just like, a lot of people are curious about what this book is about. In conclusion, and then you just sit down.
People are curious. Goodbye.
Thank you, Bart Simpson. So this book, it concerns a character named Todd Barstow. He has a sister named Regina and a friend named Danny. Todd, he's obsessed with worms. He likes digging them up. He digs them up in the baseball field at his school, and he basically just enjoys tormenting them, and he likes tormenting others with them by like hiding them in things or hiding them in food or whatever. Real practical worm jokester.
It's rife with potential for
rife
pranking.
with comedy. And his sister hates it. His friend Danny loves it. So there you go.
Yeah. Boys being boys.
Boys being boys. Locker room talk. Now Todd finds out, there's going to be a science fair. His sister is making a paper mache bird. And then one day he sees, right before the science fair, this other kid named Patrick who's digging up worms in the field. And
Nice, attractive little fuckface.
Little Aryan boy Patrick.
Yeah, little fucking SS.
mowing his worm lawn.
mowing his worm lawn. Regina says...
Is that what happens when you shave your pubes?
Regina, shut up, Danielle. Regina says that Patrick's, his project is gonna fucking bring down the house, and Todd's like, but it involves worms. So Todd's science fair project is a glass aquarium of worms, but to show worm behavior.
It's like an ant farm, but it's just worms.
Yeah.
And
It's a
worm
the big grand prize, the reason everyone even wants to win this stupid science fair is that the grand prize
Oh, yes.
is a computer.
It's a computer.
Which in 1993 was like...
Quite expensive.
It's quite expensive.
It's an iMac. It's an early iMac. It's the blue one. It's the one you like.
Ooh, fancy.
So he goes over to the place, Patrick's house. Patrick has a big dog. He runs away. He's very scared. So
That wasn't actually
It wasn't
Patrick's
actually
house.
Patrick's house.
So they go back to the house. Regina, he realizes that Regina was fucking with him. And this is the big thing, right? The whole book is predicated on the idea that Regina is trying to get revenge on Todd. And the way that she does so is by basically making him believe that the worms are on their own out to get him for many details, one of which Danielle somehow remembered in her stupor of him cutting a worm in half. Now, at the science fair, as it turns out, Patrick's project was literally just a bigger version
Worm skyscraper.
Taller worms.
of Todd's project.
Yeah.
Patrick did not win. Todd did not win.
Alas.
The girls' project was a paper mache bird that Todd sabotaged with worms.
Of course.
Nice.
So they didn't win. The winner was actually Danny, who made a model of the solar system with balloons. As time goes on, he just keeps thinking that worms are after him. He finds them in his backpack. He finds them on his bed. He eats them on accident.
In his hat, too.
In his
his
hat.
hat.
His Raiders hat.
His Raiders,
cap. Oh, black and silver, Raiders parking only. Eventually, he realized, like, he starts kind of not imagining. There's one part where his friends are like, or not friends, his sister's like, the worms are watching you. And when he cuts the worm in half, she's like, the worms are watching you do this. They don't seem happy. And he's like, the worms don't have faces. They don't have brains, nothing.
It's a worm.
And then, but because of all the weird shit that's happening, he starts really believing, like, well, fuck, maybe the worms are after
He starts seeing them like pop their little heads up like little periscopes watching him.
Yeah, and and again, like, we don't know how true that is. There's one part where it seems like he's being eaten in a bathtub, but as it turns out, that was a dream.
That was a dream. You know, I will give this book credit for only having
Only one
fake
out. Yeah.
Good job.
Only one fake out. But at the very end, he realizes that the whole time it was Regina.
Which is great.
Fucking with him, just really elaborate.
She's much better at it than he
And
is.
he decides, you know what, fuck this. I'm going to get the ultimate revenge. And he goes out, he digs up a bunch more worms, but as he's doing so, and this is something that, again, I don't think Danielle mentioned because whatever, every time he went to go dig up worms, he felt what seemed like an earthquake. And at the very end of the book, it turns out there really were worms that were noticing his cruelty, and one of them was a giant worm that I guess communicated telepathically that it was going to get revenge, and it tried to kill him.
Yeah. The spice must flow.
The spice must flow. And at the very end, his sister's walking by with her bird, paper mache statue from the science fair. The giant worm's afraid of it because worms is worms. And then Todd says he stays off. He's like, I'm never going to do worms again.
Cold worming.
Cold warming. And the final thing he does is he's killing butterflies to be a taxidermy thing. And he imagines a butterfly attacking him.
Oh, he didn't
with
imagine it.
a pin.
It happened.
We don't know, Jeff. And that is the end of the film book.
Yeah. This is I didn't like this book at the start because I was like, this is the worst. This is the first book I've ever read where you got to like hang out with a literal sociopath.
Yes, he is seriously a serial killer.
He is the Joker.
Yeah. 1,000%.
And I was like, I hate, Todd is the most unlikable character out of any of the books that we've read so far.
Oof, that is saying something.
That's a Jeff, that's a big thing you just said.
Yeah.
That this is the
Right?
most unlikable guy.
That is a big claim.
What about Why I'm Afraid of Bees guy?
He was annoying, but he was
wasn't
not
a sociopath.
I was not afraid for other people when he was angry.
What about Deep Trouble guy?
He was annoying just because he thought that he was a big superstar, but he
Yeah.
wasn't. Every time in this book, a lot of times Todd physically is aggressive with his sister in a way that made me uncomfortable to read.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
Todd
he's,
is not well.
The character of Todd at first, I was like, this book is going to be awful. It sucks. I hate him. And then I was just like, you know what? I'm rooting for the sisters. She's the protagonist that I don't get to hang out
Yeah,
with.
no, I was on her side the whole time.
And once I got away from the he's the protagonist vibe, this book, I would say probably in my top 5 of R.L. Stine's.
Yeah, because it actually, like, plot-wise, it actually kind of makes sense, and it doesn't ever go, like, completely fucking wild.
It had a fairly, good progression of events.
Pretty steady pace.
Yeah. A fair amount of characters that were memorable in their own way.
Yep.
Worms.
Lots of
It
worms.
did have worms, didn't it? You know
Sure
what, Jeff?
did.
I will admit that it did have worms. It had, and it had the things that we at Geesebumps have come to just look at as like, you don't realize you appreciate it until you don't have it. We had some soup.
Yeah, immediately at the
soup.
very
You know
beginning.
Right off
what?
the
I gotta
bat.
say, we had a real. We had a real just like an embarrassment of riches.
Really did.
in soup mentions, all different flavors, vegetable, chicken noodle, all with worms.
A lot
in
of
it.
food stuff because that's where the worms
worms
get
go.
to. Yeah.
We had something that I've noticed that R.L. Stine loves to do a lot, drowning a kid in a bathtub.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
He's for a parent, that's something he seems a little preoccupied
Don't
with.
let R.L. Stine bathe your children.
I think you know what I think it is? I think every time it's a dream because for R.L. Stine, it is probably a dream. I think he has like 2 kids.
His favorite movie is The Others, if you were curious.
We have we have some fat shaming.
Oh, of course.
Just a chef's kiss of fat shaming.
We got ping pong.
We got ping pong.
We got
is
ping
back.
pong, didn't
Got
we?
ping pong in there. We've got
We have chapters ending right as something happens, but actually was executed pretty well.
Yeah, like
which
not
I like that.
as cheap as usual.
it manages. It seems like it had an extra 4 hours of work put into it.
Yeah.
But this book had it had a lot of all the boxes were ticked.
Yeah.
The only thing it didn't tick was a likable character, which most of them don't have a likable character.
No.
Or a stickable landing. I think this book sucked at the end.
Yeah, the ending was pretty lame.
It rushed through the
Which in
ending.
a way is as Goosebumps as it gets.
Oh yeah, that is true to form.
But I would just before we get into meat and potatoes,
Yeah.
which I hope there's no worms in.
Oh no.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Eat some worms.
Happy troublesome week, everybody.
Happy troublesome week. Happy problematic holiday week. Eat some turkey.
Enjoy those sales.
Enjoy the sales.
I can't wait to check those sales
Oh
out.
man, I can't wait to.
So many sales.
You know what's else? You know what? If you guys want to check out what's on sale right now, did you?
I
Ooh.
can't
Yes.
believe you've
Do it,
done
do
this.
it. Plug it, plug it, plug it.
Did you know that Geesebumps and Mom Hat Studios in general have options on Teespring for you to purchase for yourself and loved ones?
Merch.
There's merch you can buy.
Gorgeous merch.
Yeah.
And listen, if you go and buy it all, Jeff will stop talking about it. So
I don't know. That's
I don't know about all that, but one can hope.
yeah.
We could see.
one hope. One
Let's
hopes.
experiment and see what happens.
That was it. You know what? I love how organic that was.
It was just purely just grassroots organization.
Yeah, you know what?
Coming for you.
That's direct democracy in
Yeah,
action,
exactly.
everybody.
This is what our founders dreamed of.
Did R.L. Stine RLSVP to this one?
It didn't with me.
No, I mean,
Did he, Danielle? Did he with you?
I mean, there's a lot of issues about dicks and fannies, but
That's a Danielle original.
That's a Danielle original. That's a Danielle. It's a bit of a Danielle remix.
yeah. Otherwise,
You use all the stems of R.L. Stine to put together your own jam.
Joe, did R.L. Stine RSVP with you?
Well, you know what? Let me go and check my
Check your email. Check your
Let me check my
spam.
email.
Dig
Let me
down
check
in the
my email
files.
Spam here.
Yeah.
This is interesting. You know, he's not gonna come by, but he did send a video email.
Oh.
message, like a video
Interesting.
telegram.
Wow, like movies from the 90s and 80s said the future would be like.
Yes, you know, like it's like you've got mail.
yeah.
Jojo, why don't you roll that beautiful bean footage?
Okay, here we go.
Oh, is this okay? I think it's on. Hi. I'm not going to come to your stupid podcast record. Oh, that seems mean. I'll rewind it. Hi. I'm sorry, JoJo and King. I'm not going to be able to come by and help you with your little podcast. It is pretty small. Maybe that's rude too. I'm going to rewind it.
Oh my god. How can it's not a VHS tape, RL. You can't rewind it.
Okay. Hi, guys. It's me. Really likable Stine.
That's pretty basic, but it's fine.
And I'm here to talk about my one of my finest books. Ah, jeez. I'm sure I'll be able to fix that when this is over before I send it. Go Eat Worms. Now, a lot of you, and by a lot of you, I'm imagining just one of you, is certain there's a lot of sexual innuendo in this particular book, but I just want to say fair. But what this book is about to me is very simple. Capitalism. That's right, one mo again. You see, the basic premise of the book is a character named Todd who is a sociopath who, as we well know, is clearly indicated to be a member of the 1%. He even goes out of his way to say he hides the fact that how rich he is. And he says things like, rich people get weird sometimes. And Danny's like, how do you know that? partner? That seems a little weird. The big thing about Todd is he's all about using a small, dehumanized creature in order to both get his kicks and achieve some kind of social advancement, including getting revenge against other people who he considers to be, well, people. But as time goes on, he's trying to be convinced of the fact that these lowly 99% worms are actually capable of things like emotion and anger and revenge. And he even starts imagining that the masses will rise up and cut his head off. Egalite, fraternite, worms.
This is like Occupy Wall Street, but it's Occupy Todd Street.
Yeah, capitalism. That's what's in here. That's what it's about.
Guys, I think I'm just gonna hit pause on this. I think I'm just gonna.
So I'm glad RL could do the barest of minimums and give us something to jump off from as a starting point with Go Eat Worms. And I guess now it's about getting into some details with this book.
Yeah.
So I find I think it's important to kind of just start with literally the first line. And I literally the first line of this one, chapter 1, page 1, sentence 1.
Word 1?
Because it does something that I think in most books of R.L. Stine's, or generally, is sort of like a cheap trick.
Yes.
The band.
Yes.
Is the omniscient third person narrator who knows what's gonna happen.
Right. Which it's always confusing, like the perspective that you have in a Geesebumps book.
Because it makes you go like, who the fuck is saying all this?
there's an omnipresent,
omniscient.
Thank you,
And
omniscient voice.
omnipresent,
Also
feller.
omnipresent, but whatever.
I mean, it can't be killed, so yeah.
Yeah, but then there's also just like the narrator, and they're not the same person, but
it's played out like it is almost like a point of view first person, because you never take another perspective in any of these books aside from the main character.
No.
But it's not like they're not talking in the internal dialogue, like it's still he, they, them.
Yeah.
But it is, I think maybe it's sort of like a precursor to him doing the Slappy World books.
Yeah, it definitely seems like this is like testing those waters. The first line of this is, before the worms turned mean, before they slithered out to get their revenge, Todd Barstow had a great time with them. There is something about that opening line that immediately sets you up like, well, what, like, it almost like it fucks itself over by doing that.
Yeah.
Because it's like, well, wait a minute. Then what's this book going to be about? Because if I already know, like, it's worm revenge, what's the, I don't need to read it angianymore. Okay, the worms are going to get him because he's a bad guy.
Yeah.
I get it. This is for those one sentence.
At first, it gives you an expectation, but it's also a lie. But like by the end of the book, you realize they were not slithering out to get their revenge.
no, they didn't give a fuck.
I have a little thing from chapter 1 I'd like to share.
Okay,
Sure,
what we
Jeff.
got?
Okay. So the first chapter is giving us our look at Todd and the supporting cast. So we got Todd, we've got his best friend, Danny.
They really go out of their way to kind of name, here's everybody.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Todd and Danny, just for the sake of kind of knowing the vibe of these two, they're effectively like the bullies that don't know they're bullies.
Yes, incels.
They suck they are awful to everybody except each other.
Yep.
And even to each other, they are occasionally awful to.
Yes,
Pretty bad.
Like so much as our first meeting with Danny is, it goes, and this is chapter 1 and page, I don't know, like 4. He found Danny at the water fountain outside the classroom. Danny had a finger pressed over the fountain spout, and when kids passed by, he made the water squirt all over them.
Right.
What an asshole!
Shit.
What an asshole!
I do have to say that this book really captured what junior high was like.
It's very petty.
Yeah, there's no, do I like them? Are they good? Are they kind of bad? No, these kids from the get-go, they suck.
Yes.
There's no point in this book that they try to like humanize either of them. The only time they try to humanize Todd is when he gets into a bath at one point.
It's like he's gonna drown.
But this is a couple pages down. This is again still chapter 1. This is the second to last page before the end of chapter 1. They're talking about the science fair because that's the big to do for that year. It's the ball for all the kids. Which, as far as me remembering my science fairs that I had to do, I did them last minute. I hated all.
Oh yeah, I fucking hated science.
Joe, did you have a science fair that you ever did?
No, I don't think so.
All right. What would you have done?
I don't know. Probably something with magnets.
Now my eyes have been opened because how do they even work, right?
So right now, what the concern that Todd has is that he's like, I'm gonna fucking win this shit.
He's gonna fucking take
He
the
is
gold.
confident.
Yeah, he's talking to Danny. He's like, hey, I checked out the other projects. My project is the only one with real living creatures.
My project is fucking lit.
Yeah. Have you seen worms before? Sure.
You fucking seen
you
worms?
seen
Have you
this?
seen
Hey,
it?
hey, wait. Have you seen worms?
Do you
And then-
understand?
Do you get it?
Do you see?
That's science.
That's science. Now that's the future.
So he says, my project is the only one with real living creatures, except for Heather snails. And then he says, Heather snails have done a lot. Heather has done a lot of experience with her snails, Danny commented. And then we get this line, which I kind of just want to see, like, what your guys' take is on it. So what, Todd snapped. Snails are for babies. We had snails in first grade. No one cares about snails in sixth grade. No way they could compete with worms. I just want to know, is it just me, or did I literally miss out on this? On seventh grade graduation and snails being the thing that you no longer
Yes,
did.
where they're like, and now we put snails to bed, children, for we have become young adults.
I want to know what about snails is like, oh, that's a baby. That's for babies.
I mean, snails are arguably more complex than worms. so
Snails. Okay, listen. Here's the question. Snails have shells. Mm-hmm. Where the fuck are they getting them from?
you know what?
You ever just see a snail shell just float? Where are they fucking getting them from? Because nothing about a snail is that hard except for the shell, and you always is like you name the shell like a separate object.
Oh my god, I'm genuinely.
I want to know, what did this snail do in its infancy that it had to learn to evolve a hard casing around its body? How much of an asshole was it to other animals?
But also, and this is what's gonna fucking bake your noodle. A snail's shell can't protect against jack shit.
No, it
may
cannot.
as well be covering itself with dry spaghetti. Hold on. Is that what happens to spaghetti I drop?
That's where it goes.
Is that where it goes?
Dude.
We've all accidentally stepped on a snail at some point.
We all know the sound.
And it is
Yes.
it is quite the crunch.
Yeah.
It is quite the sound.
It is
Yeah.
scarring.
Can they live without it?
Well, here's the thing.
A slug, you might say.
Yeah. Do you turn into slug without snail? Is it like a butterfly but slimier?
If you give a slug a leaf stone, does it become a snail?
Danielle.
Well, I was busy reading
Oh.
about what happens if the shell is cracked or
Oh no, is this gonna make me sad or is this gonna make me happy? I've stepped on a fair amount of snails in my lifetime, not on purpose.
I'm not sure they survived enough, Jeff, to see what happens after the fact, but go on, Danielle. Please continue reading Wikipedia.
No, I'm actually reading petsnails.co.uk.
Oh, no.
And
They
this
sound
is-
like people who really like snails.
This is an article called How to Rescue Snails That Are Stepped On.
That's a bad sign already. Go on.
So what they're saying is if the shell is cracked or chipped or there's a hole, but the overall integrity of the shell is reasonable, the snail will probably recover.
You're just gonna have to pay your deductible and it's fine.
Exactly. You're going to have to have an
we'll
inspector.
We'll exchange insurance. It's fine.
If the shell has split into pieces but still covers the body, the snail may even survive. Minor body damage can be healed. However, snails that look really mangled,
Oh.
such as the body has been crushed badly, or
Well-
the internal organs are sticking out of gaping
I'm
cracks. in
sorry,
the shell.
internal. Who's looking at this and is like, oh shit, there's its liver. It's not going to survive. As far as I'm concerned, and this is no offense to people who love snails, it's just goo inside. Look, all of us inside, if you squish this hard enough, we're all just goo inside.
I'll just go in there.
Okay, well now we get a little bit of a personal aside here.
It's an editor's
If a
note.
snail stepped on us, it wouldn't be like there's its liver. So,
It'd be like, oh, that crunch. I know that sound.
that
ooh, I gotta go wipe my shoes off now.
Sticky. So this person says that if they have been mangled, that I euthanize them by stamping on them.
So I here's the thing. So it's like if you accidentally step on it once and it is no longer
Then really step on it the second time.
Do it right.
you check its medical ID bracelet.
Right. You look for internal organs.
You
See if it says DNR, then take it
and
out.
then you're like, all right.
I like how euthanize is just I did the thing I accidentally did the first
I
time.
just did it more thoroughly.
I finished the fight.
But there's nothing about if it's like removed from its snail, its shell.
Okay, guys, if this was the same rules for like minor car accidents,
Oh, God. We'd be fucked.
I
We'd all be
rear-ended
dead.
this lady. Oh man, she fell out of her car.
Oh, she survived, though.
Time
Kill
to run her over. Gotta euthanize her.
time to finish it off.
Finish the fight, Master Chief. Kill that old woman. It doesn't say anything about like if can they be detached from their shell?
Yes. It seems like it.
Is it like a turtle where it's like part of it's like anatomy?
It is part of its anatomy, but it can regrow the shell also.
Oh.
Because the shell is made of calcium.
Mm-hmm.
And the shell grows additively
Where's it getting all this calcium from?
From Sunny D.
by the addition of calcium carbonate,
You know what, Jeff? That's bullshit because snails hate the sun.
which is secreted by glands located in the snail's mantle. So it oozes calcium carbonate, which turns into a shell.
So it grows fingernails around its body.
Exactly.
So-
Those long, curvy fingernails, that's what it is.
Nature is a wonderful, disgusting.
There's a
How does
little
it even work?
There's a little snail in all of us.
There is. There's.
I mean, statistically speaking, yeah.
We
I
are.
mean, if you buy your salads from Safeway, there's a little snail.
There's
little snail
definitely
in
some snail in you.
I'm just saying, cook all your lettuce before you eat it. That's all I'm saying.
I have to say, I had that section to read. I'm so happy that we learned something from it.
Right?
Like something tangible and something
Yeah.
usable.
We got something
I
out
think
of this.
we all learned something
Yeah,
today.
We did.
Yeah.
We did.
And also that snails are better than worms.
Yes, snails are better than worms.
Fucking way better.
like fucking.
fuck them.
I mean, I feel like that's a really important character, still right there, where fucking dipshit Todd is like, snails are for babies, worms are what's cool. It's like, no, Danny. No, you're not Danny.
Pokemon the anime is for babies. I only watch Inuyasha.
Yeah, so, okay, bud, why don't you go back to your basement?
Yeah. Well,
Nobody wants to hear from
no one
you.
wants to hear from it. So I had that. I think that Danielle and I when we were reading it together, I was like, man, that's a hot take on snails.
Yeah, I know. And I have to disagree.
We have to disagree.
Yep.
The stance of Geesebumps is that snails are not any worse than worms. In fact, they are superior.
Snails are superior. Yep.
Right. So that's what I had for also for chapter
We're
one.
gonna hey Jeff, R.I.P. your mention.
Well, no, Danielle's the one that runs the Twitter for the Geesebumps.
Yeah, I know. It's
R.I.P.
like,
Danielle's mentions as
so
well.
actually, snails are born with the beginnings of their shell, and they just
God, fuck
gradually
off. Oh my God,
add
fuck
to it. So, like,
Oh my God,
you
fuck
guys
off. Fuck off.
fucking got it really wrong. You guys are
Fuck
stupid.
off, Goosebumps
Who
quotes
the
out of context.
Who gave you a PhD? Jesus Christ.
I ask that question a lot sometimes. I will say.
That's a fair question.
When you're around somebody who has a PhD long enough, you start to ask nobody in particular.
You gotta wonder how hard them things are to get. Actually, turns out not that tough.
Yeah.
Can't be that hard.
I would like to bring our attention to page 26.
What chapter is that?
This is chapter 6, end of the chapter.
Okay.
This is pretty interesting to me because it's showing something sort of bonkers in the character of Todd beyond what we've already established. Actually, this kind of starts on page 25. Todd has found out that Patrick,
Handsome, rich Patrick.
rich Patrick, is gonna do he's gonna do a worm thing.
And also, I want to note Patrick, who hangs out with all the ladies.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he gets all the single ladies hang out with Patrick.
Yep.
He's a
He's a stand-up dude.
he's handsome.
Yeah.
Patrick, he has some kind of worm-based project. He doesn't tell homeboy what it is because it's who cares?
The bell rings. He doesn't have a chance. Patrick is not a bad guy. He's
No, Patrick is a
no.
bystander,
He's a
if
good guy.
anything.
Yeah.
But Todd just can't fucking
Can't stand
deal.
it.
So he's like, he goes to his sister who knows where he lives, and it's like, where does he live? And Reggie's like, why? 'Cause
That's a weird question to ask me,
just
bro.
very earnest, like, and it even says like very earnestly, like
It's
why
nighttime
do you-
also.
Why? It is nighttime, and they are children. Danny says, "I'm gonna go over there tonight." Danny and I could go over there tonight and ask him what he's doing. Or
Oh,
she's like,
God.
"You're gonna go to his house," and Todd's like,
worms.
"I've got to find out. I've worked so hard on my worm house. Did you though, Reggie? I don't want Patrick the copycat to do something better." And you hear that and you go, "Wait a minute. You've done a lot of work in these two sentences, my man.
Yeah, you've made a lot of
You've
Lot of
created
jokes.
a villain,
Yeah.
the copycat, whose secret identity is Patrick,
Yeah.
Yes.
who's out to get you and your stupid box of worms and dirt."
And to note, in that sentence, at least in my copy, Patrick the copycat is capitalized properly.
Yes,
It is.
because
He
it
does a
It
good
is a
job.
title he has given him.
Yes.
That's what appears underneath his nameplate.
And on his tombstone.
On the CNN ticker, when they finally interview Patrick about how he managed to escape the sex dungeon of Todd, the worm, whatever his last name is.
The worm wrangler.
Worm Wrangler Todd.
He says, and then he says like, I'm gonna go to the house and I promise. And basically, he's like, I promise I won't put a worm down your shirt if you tell me where he lives. And she's like, he lives here, and then he does it anyway because he's a fucking like
He's a
super
fucking
funny,
awful
cool guy.
human
He
being.
is a piece of shit.
Imagine living with somebody, Jojo, imagine you live with Holly, and just imagine that literally at any point during the day, Holly does something that you absolutely hate. And no matter what you do to bargain with her,
make
she
her
will
stop.
to make her stop. She still does it.
She will
The
not.
Danielle effect, as they
yield.
call it.
She
Danielle, I
will.
don't want to hear about wieners anymore.
Yes, you do. You just don't know it yet.
Danielle says, "Don't worry, I won't talk to you about wieners." And
then-
then she started talking about wieners.
And then, I'm taking a dump, and she walks in the bathroom and locks the door, and I can't get out. She starts talking about wieners.
I mean, somebody's got to listen.
That is the podcast motto.
Someone must listen to this.
That's fucking Danielle's manifesto.
Someone's got to listen.
So what's great here though is that Regina gives him pretty much no information.
Yeah. Which is why she is the hero in this book.
Other than like he lives at a house like 100 something.
Yeah.
And so Todd's like, okay. And then he says, "Look for 100, Todd said. That's Patrick's address." And it's like, what? Like,
100. It's his address.
what? Like, why do you think? Because they're going down the street, and she said he lives at 100 on this street, and then they're going, and they're like, there doesn't really seem to be a 100 here. And I know this is before Google, but this guy's fucking.
He's dumb as hell.
He's so stupid.
He's thick.
And
It's hard to get a read on anything about him and anything about him except for worms.
Yeah.
Like you don't know if he's good at school or bad at school. You
I don't even know if he talks to people who aren't Danny.
Yeah, I don't know if he can read.
I don't know if he can write his own name.
Like most Goosebumps protagonists, or at least like main characters, you get like a fair like, okay, like you're an average kid.
yeah.
He seems like he's been living in the basement with the worms.
Yeah.
he's definitely got that vibe.
He's definitely like a bubble incel.
But this is the best part of this whole exchange, because he goes to this fucking random house. As it turns out, there was a 100 house. It was a big house or something. And later, and then he's like, "Oh, she got me." Page 27. And this is also why the first sentence is so strange in contrast, because we said, like at the start, omniscient narrator knows everything, right? Well, we get this. Her bedroom door opened. Regina stepped out in the hall. She was pulling her brown hair into a horsetail. And she stopped when she saw Todd at the stop, and she's like, "So how'd it go last night?" Because she's like, she knows. She just made up a number.
Yeah.
And then Todd, serious as a worm attack, says, "Fine."
Casually.
It was cool.
And she's like, "Did you go to Patrick's house?" And he's like, "Yeah." And that's it.
yeah.
No, he says, no, Danny and I decided to skip it.
Yeah.
We just hung out at Danny's. You fucking lying piece of shit.
He can't get caught.
Can't get caught.
He can't show emotion.
Nope.
He must be like the worm.
He has the worm.
He's a murder worm.
That whole scene. So that whole scene is so weird because
It's weird for like 40 different
yeah,
reasons.
there's a lot of reasons it's weird.
Weird.
The big one is like it's a theory of mind problem, right? So it's like he acts like he knows that she knows that he went there. So he's going to respond that he knows that she knows that he went there by saying he did leave but didn't get caught up in her little spider web.
That's right.
And she's going, it's so weird. He cared so much about this and then did nothing about it.
Yeah.
He must be lying. But why?
This is a thing he does all the time. You have to assume because we only get a snapshot of this amazing life of these kids and this family. Like, it's not that all these weird things he does are just like for the book. If you want to like extrapolate, like, okay, in the world that this is created in and in this family that exists in him and his sister, this is him constantly trying to save face from being the dumbest motherfucker.
Insecure.
In absolutely the strangest, most inconsequential, like just think about the stakes of this scene. He's trying to one up his sister that he both was correct in his petty desire to go see what someone else's worm project was. And also that he was willing to listen to her and not like fact check her information.
Yeah, like he's both incredibly fucking stupid and gullible, but also weirdly obsessed with like dominating people in situations.
He has
And
to be
being
the
correct.
alpha or
Yeah.
whatever.
He's gotta be the alpha.
Yep.
He cannot be wrong.
Nope.
Oh God, he just imagine him as an adult.
God.
Oh, yeah, what an
Fucking
asshole.
Murderous.
Because it's the weird thing. 'Cause
Picturing American Psycho.
the thing, yeah, and that is he's dumb American Psycho. We've got dumb Memento, and we've got dumb American.
He's dumb American Psycho.
Because here's the
look
thing.
at this worm. I'm thinking of American Beauty.
Yeah, this whole
Look
scene.
at this worm in the
wriggle
breeze.
in the roses.
This entire scene now, because you hit all the important parts for the progression of the actual story, right? Which is he's like, I have to find out what he's doing, and you think that he's basically like, I have to fucking stop him from doing it or fuck it up or something.
Yeah.
He gets fed wrong information, believes it, goes to the house. You didn't discuss we didn't talk about how
Listen, what happens at the house is inconsequential.
No, well-
it's standard Goosebumps bullshit.
But here's the thing about that is he goes to the house and it is the most plain, obvious, not another person's house that you've ever been to.
It's obviously abandoned.
It is an abandoned, fucked up house, which
all signs point to you been goofed.
and he goes inside and sees. Hold on, I gotta do the sign. So they go inside and they're like walking around this barren, empty fuck up, and they're just like, "Where's all their furniture?"
Like he doesn't.
This is a weird place for him to live.
Sleep?
They're still under the idea when they walk into
Yeah.
this abandoned house that it's still Patrick's house.
Fucking empty, and he's like, maybe they're redecorating.
The only reason that they finally leave the house instead of probably continue to look for Patrick's room in this fucking hovel is the last page of chapter 8, which is the two boys made their way toward the living room, their sneakers scraped over the dusty bare floor, and I'm talking about Todd. Danny's also culpable in this dumb
Danny's
shit as
also
well.
stupid.
Danny's his Barney Rubble. He doesn't know
Yes.
jack shit.
Very much.
Danny goes along for the ride, and
Yeah.
he's just there for the laughs.
Yeah.
But Danny's also stupid as shit.
He's here for the lulls.
Yeah.
Well, hey, Jeff, not so stupid. He did win the science fair.
That he did with the
True,
science
he
fair.
did pull that off.
Something is weird here, Danny murmured. Something is very weird. This is after they've already looked through most of the house.
You see, and listen to how he says that. It's not that like I think you've been fooled. It's,
Something's
boy, this
weird.
whole situation's a little fucked
This
up.
is not how I thought my Thursday night was going to go.
Jesus, if this is Thursday, that makes me sad.
They both gasped as they stepped into the living room and saw the figure hunched at the window, saw the decayed green flesh of his face, saw the bones of his jaw open in a hideous toothless grin, saw his evil sunken eyes staring across the room at them. Chapter 9. They leave. That's it.
Yep, they just run.
So
And there's no.
They pass over. But here's what's great though, right? Here's what's great. We got a lot. I mean, there's a lot, but this narrator who we're dealing with, it's like we've never characterized the narrators in Goosebumps.
No.
books. We've never had to.
Yeah.
I think we have to in this one. Here's what this if we look at what this story is like being about, right? It's like this guy who acts like he knows everything and can't be fooled. The narrator in this book, this book is in first person.
Yes.
yeah.
No. Like, this book is literally a first person perspective book. That the narrator says Todd as if it's a character.
Mm-hmm.
That is how Todd thinks of himself
Yes.
as sort of an
Yes.
extant being.
He's separated from like
He's fully separated from the idea that he couldn't know everything.
Like a sociopath.
look at this idiot who isn't me anymore.
Right? Because I know, but this fool didn't know.
The only
but I
way
know.
he can save face in the long run is by separating himself from the stupid
By literally
decisions.
splitting his sanity in twain.
Oh my God, this is a chronicle of madness. This is the deepest psychological.
This is an archaeology of one person's psychotic
Oh my
break.
God. It's
because it's interesting that you say that too. Oh my God, we could do a whole fucking thing on that.
hell yeah, we could.
Because in the book, as it goes on, it continues to try to paint him as not as stupid as he actually is.
It's true. It's like trying to redeem him.
Even though he does some truly unhinged things.
When the worm starts showing up into places, the narrator really tries to dive into like his internal monologue to be like, well, she seems so surprised, my sister. It couldn't be her. The worms must be doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
I just flipped to page 81. This is chapter 19. This is well after. So like we said, this is well after he's been sort of like convinced, or not convinced, but like he's starting to suspect the worms are after him. And we get this in the bottom of page 81. When he arrived at school on Friday morning, TGIF, Todd found 3 worms, chapter 19, by the way, wriggling out in his backpack. Listen to this fucking shit. He calmly carried them out to the front of the school and deposited them in the dirt under the long hedge that lined the building. Mm-hmm. I'm going to stay calm, he decided. Not in quotation marks, by the way.
No.
Like in italics.
No, nothing. It's just a sentence with a comma.
It's just as the narrator continued talking.
I don't know that we've ever, we should check this, but I don't know how Goosebumps characters think to themselves. I don't think it's
Yeah.
like this. But he then goes, they're only worms after all, and I like worms. I collect worms. I'm a worm expert. And it's like,
Wormspurt.
who the fuck is talking now?
Yeah, that's true. Because it's not attributed to anyone.
The walls are breaking down.
The walls are crumbling. It sure is. Oh boy, is it.
So and that's just, why would the narrator say it? Why would the narrator say it like it was the narrator doing it? Because the fucking story is about someone who lost their fucking mind.
This is sort of like, you know what this sounds like? Thinking
What does
about
it sound
the
like,
overall
Jeff?
story is sort of like, is this like Fight Club?
Yeah, this is.
The narrator is tied to a chair and the other personality is telling the story.
Yep.
Fuck.
And it's all based in insecure.
You need to know why I did the thing I did and how I got to this point. Record scratch, freeze frame. You're probably wondering.
Boy, you're probably wondering what happened to me.
Yeah, how did we get here?
Danielle, what do you got?
Well, I was just going to point out how incredibly much of a dick he is.
There's a lot of options.
Because there's a
choose
lot to go from. But this is like, to me, one of the first instances of seeing what, like, Todd, what an asshole he genuinely
You get to
is.
see the real Todd.
Yeah. You get to peel back the wallpaper, if you will. And so this was chapter 10, and it's maybe halfway in. And he is Todd is reviewing the rival science fair projects in his mind. And he's looking at his sister trying to work on this big bird. And he's like, what losers, Todd thought, grinning. There's no way they're going to win the computer. Turning away, he glimpsed Danny's balloon solar system hanging on the back wall. One of the balloons, the ones closest to the sun, had already deflated. Pitiful, Todd thought, shaking his head. That's just pitiful. He sighed. Poor Danny. I guess I should have let him share in my project.
He's an asshole.
What a fucking
His ego.
bonkers human being.
This is, I think, one of the first Goosebumps characters so that we can definitively point to like the egomaniacal
Yes.
elements.
This
of-
is a
is a bad
villain
guy.
in training. Yeah.
He's a villain. This is like
He looks down on everybody as worms to him. Not just the worms, everybody is worms.
Everybody's worms.
everyone's like non-human, like exists solely for his benefit.
And it's so weird. And this is just because I don't know if you've all known this person.
You have. He's called Jeff Bezos.
You've all known somebody
You
who
are as worms to him.
You are as worms.
That's why he went to space, to figure out how to step on us more better.
he's like, oh, now they is worms. So
Cracked him. Now I got to stomp him.
So there was always somebody, and it's the personality type I remember from school, who, because they were so hyper specialized in one specific type of knowledge, that they thought themselves generally better than other people.
You couldn't be talking about nerd culture. Could
I
you?
couldn't be talking about nerd culture.
Jeff, now hold on. Kind of sounds like you're talking about nerd culture.
Might as well be. This is, and I know that it's like it's relevant all the time because nerds have. Oh, here's the thing: nerds have always been not great. They're worse now, but they've always been not great.
Yeah.
But like this is such an interesting take, and it's so specific, like to that type of personality, where it is like your ego is based in this one thing that you've hyperfixated on, and you've made it your whole identity. And because somebody doesn't understand it to the extreme nature that you do, or at least invest as much time and energy into it that you do, then they are stupid.
Yes.
Jeff, are you suggesting that Jeff, are you suggesting that almost 20 years earlier, R.L. Stine predicted Gamergate?
He predicted Gamergate.
He saw it coming.
Everybody else, because it's not, you know what a real gamer is, JoJo? A real gamer plays Madden.
No, Jeff, fucking tell me.
No, they played Call of Duty.
A real gamer plays Call of Duty.
Thank
A real
you.
gamer plays Halo. If you play phone games, I'm sorry, if you just started playing Final
Mobile?
Fantasy and you're playing Final Fantasy X first,
Bejeweled?
Come on.
I'm sorry, but you're not a real game. This reminds me of all of those like screenshot tweets where it's somebody who is just like, if you really are into anime, girl, then why don't you tell me about all the characters in One Piece? Oh, you can't? Oh, well
I guess
then.
you don't know about it, do you?
I saw that once. It was like this woman was dressed up in cosplay, and she had like, I'm not going to say what the character is because it's part of what happened, but like someone was like, this is a really stupid bullshit gender bend Joker. And someone responded with, she's cosplaying as Dula Dent, the daughter of Harvey Dent.
Yeah.
Fucking learn your shit.
Which is a deeper cut than you
man.
could be aware of.
Oh, she got a deeper cut than you, bro.
It is.
Yeah.
That's what I took away from this entire book, and everything that Todd does is so gatekeeping for worms.
Gamer gatekeeping.
Worm keeping.
It's in that same chapter, actually, the one that Danielle was just reading from, where Patrick shows up. He doesn't know what Patrick's thing is yet. He knows Patrick is going to do something with worms. Todd's got his little fucking worm house set up. Patrick rolls in with a motherfucking skyscraper.
And an elevator.
And
A bigger. Wait, hey, Jeff,
Yeah.
cut this part. A bigger penis, as Danielle.
a
might
bigger
say.
penis, as
Thank
Danielle
you.
would say.
I mean, come on, the symbolism.
Yeah, and it's the middle of that same chapter. Wow, Todd didn't want to show how upset he was, but he couldn't help it. His legs were trembling. His mouth dropped open, and he started to stutter. But, and then internally,
How am I going to fit that in here? Sorry, Jeff. Danielle has somehow cast a spell upon me.
girls probably wouldn't even want a worm that big.
No, it's too big. Too much.
Fuck off.
One girl online said that they prefer them smaller. It's fine.
Yeah, she said it's not the size. It's what you do
Todd
with
thought.
I don't believe this, Todd thought miserably. I built a crummy little worm house, and Patrick built a skyscraper. It's not fair, not fair. Patrick doesn't even like worms. First of all, you don't know what
know
Patrick likes.
You can, I mean, it's real.
What?
Everything that Todd says and does is so awful gamer nerd for worms. It's like it's all I could see this whole book, which then gave me a mental image of Todd frantically tweeting so many things.
Oh my God. I can picture it.
I didn't see you at WormCon 2017.
Fuck, you didn't see him at WormCon. Fucking Jeff, Jesus Christ. This whole thing is centered around him going to a convention, isn't it?
Oh my God.
basically
It is.
This is
The
about a
science
guy
fair-
going to a con.
The science fair is his con.
Yes.
This is his
Yes.
Comic Con.
Yeah, he
Holy
went there. He
shit.
saw somebody dressed up as Harley Quinn. He's just like, "Pff,
The stupid SJW shit.
yeah, girl likes Harley Quinn movie.
Here's what's fucking. How much more of this book do we need to talk about?
We need to go.
I feel like we're getting in the territory of like we're pretty much done.
We-
we're
well,
getting to like conclusion area.
I think we've got. Well, I think we could hash out just like maybe what we're talking about now, and then let's jump to the end.
The end. Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. So it's fucking R.L. Stine. If for all of his many
Nostradinus.
Nostradinus.
Nostradinus,
as we like to call him.
as we're gonna have to start calling him now. Well, what I think is sort of bonkers is this shouldn't have parallels.
Right?
I shouldn't be able to, but also like that it does indicates that even this existed even then, for sure.
Oh, yes. Always.
These people of this ilk, but
Yes.
also like, it's wild to me that like so many Goosebumps books have this issue of like, we don't like the narrator, we don't like the character, I should say, to the point that it's intentional. I would have to argue. Like, it definitely seems like a lot of the narrators we encounter are just like bad.
Yeah.
And not bad in a sense of like, well, they're obviously in progress.
No.
Like, there are some who are like that, and it's easy to notice this guy is genuinely bad.
Yes.
Like, Goosebumps books are very, to me, like, sort of nihilistic.
They do tend to have a sort of cynical.
There's rarely a hero.
No.
There's never a hero. There's never a sense that someone is like watching out for you.
No. You're always on your own.
And also, like, the bad things happening are rarely because somebody tried to do something good, and then they're suffering like the hardship of their of being the better person.
Yeah.
It's usually person made a bad decision or is a bad person,
Yep.
and that
And
is now
continues to do so.
Yeah, and doesn't evolve at all.
does not evolve and does not learn from it, and it just is a tailspin of shit.
Is that the new tailspin?
It is a new tailspin. And it's just like because it's always I did this bad thing. They become more aggravated during the book, and then they lose all sense of like nicety, and they're just like, fuck it, let's go to 10.
Be careful what you wish for is like that's like the baseline kind of character.
Yes. Yeah.
It's like
Exactly.
the character who is
Petty, insecure.
they're petty, they're insecure, but also they're sure of their superiority.
Yeah.
Yes, which is a dangerous combination.
They're sure of this thing they know.
All the characters, I think if we went back and did like a study of all the characters, every single one of them has no sense of like empathy.
No, they're very like I don't recognize the humanity of
But there's
other-
but then we get to there's something weird though that happens because like
there are times when R.L. Stine does kind of dip into characters who you are empathetic for, who you do feel like this is a good person, and I don't know if I can confirm this, but they're people who sort of appeal to family. They're people who sort of appeal to the power of family for help.
Interesting.
In Living Dummy 2, the reason why that story I think has a mostly happy ending is because like
The sisters
she
got
asks
that.
her family. Yeah, she gets her
Right.
family to help her.
Right.
The one Monster Blood. The only reason that story kind of works out is because like ultimately he doesn't try to kill his bonkers aunt.
Werewolf
Why-
Skin is that he
werewolves.
he
The story of Werewolf Skin is literally about a kid trying to save his family from a curse.
Yeah, like of the few characters in all the Goosebumps we've read so far, which there's only like 2 or 3 I can think of, who were truly like doing something. The conflict came from them trying to do the right thing. Does R.L. Stine think that kids are just not good?
Well, I mean, kids are very selfish and they don't really have a lot of empathy yet because they don't have enough life experience to.
Yeah, that's
Like,
true.
kids are
That's true.
shitty.
Yeah.
Like, they're not necessarily evil, but they sure are fucking little shits.
They're instinctual.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's almost like the lesson is direct your selfishness to
Better.
maybe help those you should care about, and it'll work out.
Exactly.
There's a part on page 103, chapter 24. This is like this is him. This is after Todd is sort of like, he's incredibly suspicious of what's happening. He thinks maybe the worms are getting out of their tank and attacking me. I don't know.
He's fully subscribed to the idea
Yes.
that the worms
Yeah,
are
he's fully in. He's added Q to his mentions. And what happens is he sees his dad went down in the middle of the night to look at the worm tank.
I was so excited to think that maybe it was the dad.
I was too. Oh my God.
Because that was a
would've been
seed.
so-
They seeded it earlier where like the mom and Reggie and Todd were at the dinner table, and Todd was like, you put to Reggie, because he found worms in his head. He was like, you fucking did it, Reggie. You fucking did it. And she was like, I didn't do it. And then the mom was like, maybe
Reggie's been dead for 10 years.
one of them makes like a comment that like, what, did your dad do it? And then they all laugh because they thought the idea of his dad
Dude.
doing it was so ridiculous.
That would have been fan-fucking-tastic.
So I was excited when this scene popped up. I was just like, oh, if it is somehow the dad,
That would have
Great.
been. And then
the
I
way
could.
it works out is so fucked up because it's like the dad has like zero sympathy for what Todd is going through.
it's a real ass scene though.
Yeah, it is.
Well, it's you look at it and you're like, this almost points to why he is this way.
Honestly,
know?
his parents are not great.
None of
His
the parents are
aren't
great.
They're disconnected from him, like who he is. He literally says like this thing that you obviously care about, the worms. I'm just gonna throw them out, almost like whimsically, like fuck this, get over it, and he can't protest. And also the dad very clearly shuts down the mom like
Yeah.
immediately when she
Yeah.
asks any
And
questions.
the dad hasn't been present the entire book.
No, he is absolutely just fucking doing his own
just
thing.
there.
His first time showing up in the book is coming down the stairs with a baseball bat.
Yes. When Todd is down in the basement.
Yeah.
So the prospect being that his dad's gonna fuck
His
him
dad's
up
gonna
with a
fuck
baseball
somebody
bat,
up, possibly.
thinking he's a burglar.
It's weird because it's this interesting thing about the way the parents, and I know we're gonna get to the end at some point, but the way the parents are sort of like shown in this book is that we don't actually get anything about the parents until fairly late in the book, like
Yeah.
really near the end.
Yeah.
and what we
this-
see, we don't like.
We do not like.
Well, it's weird because I have a note here for myself as I was reading
Get milk.
get oat milk. First of all,
it's the 20.
It's
20s.
good milk, extra creamy, please.
yeah, it's good. So there's a chapter. It is
Is this late in the book or early in the book?
no, it's like middle. It is okay. It's chapter 14.
Okay.
Okay.
It's the weirdest chapter, and I don't know if anyone else caught this.
We say that a lot.
We are saying that about a lot of
It
them.
is the weirdest. So this is chapter 14. This is more than halfway through the book. This book is not very long.
No,
really.
it's quite short.
It's quite short. It's like 25 or 26 chapters. So we've already met everybody. Everything's already happened for the most part. And now the book is getting to the point where it's like it's starting to go into what the actual plot is. Up until chapter 14, it's just Todd being a piece of shit.
Of just Todd being fucking asshole.
At this point, in the previous chapter, is when Todd cuts the worm in half, and the thought is put into his brain from Regina that
Worm's
like
bad.
that's bad to do. The worm
Worm's
saw that
mad.
happen, which good on her.
Yeah.
Fuck with his
Like
brain.
Regina is the fucking queen of this book. She rules.
Chapter 14 is like the start of a new book.
Yeah.
The entire chapter reads like it is the first chapter of the book because it gives us so much foundation for what Todd's house and day is like. It starts with him being woken up by his mom, who we haven't met yet.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is good.
She's like, rise and shine. And he's like, why does she say that every morning? Rise and shine. He pulled himself. And it does this sort of internal monologue like, this is what every morning is like. I wake up. My mom yells down to me.
Also, like his internal monologue is like, why the fuck can't she just like shake it up? Like, why the fuck can't I just have a clock radio to wake me up? Why does motherfucker just stay in the same shit? Why can't you think of something new? Fucking get some new material. God, fuck. That's basically his inner monologue.
Fuck you.
It is so much like foundation building in chapter 14.
Yeah.
As I was reading this, I literally left myself a note. So like there's even like 3 pages in, it's him. He could hear Regina downstairs arguing about something with his mom. Regina likes to argue in the morning. It was their way she got her mind into gear. She argued about what to wear, what she wanted for breakfast. Todd's mother never learned. She always argued back, so they had pretty noisy mornings. Todd liked to sleep as long as possible. Then he took his time getting dressed.
Hey, art imitates life, huh, Jeff?
Yeah. It's all this just like description of like what a day in the life is, which is so weird to read in the middle of the book. And I wrote a note to myself. I was just like, this should have been like chapter 1. Like,
Yeah,
this
the sequence is weird.
the vibe is chapter 1 because it's also the first time we meet Todd's mom, who is super duper like.
So we have this vibe. It's super weird in the middle.
Yeah.
To what end do you think this serves, Jeff?
Well, it's a change. This is basically like now it's his conspiracy theory brain life. It's we're getting what his normal day would have been like, but now the worms are interjecting into it.
Because there is really like that very definite turn of like he cuts the worm in
The worm
half.
has turned?
Yeah.
The worm
Cutting the worm was him basically opening the lock to.
He split the story in two when he
Yes.
cut the worm.
He splits the story in 2. So now it's a new story starting with Todd as not as unlikable, weirdly enough.
Yeah.
Through most of it. In this chapter, he's like yelling at his sister a lot, but like he starts to doubt things. It's the first time we start seeing him not be so sure about his understanding of worms and what they can and can't do. He starts to have doubts creep into his mind.
Like his reality somehow becomes less like fixed.
Yeah, it's more like fluid.
Yeah.
It is like a new beginning. It's like when JoJo does that bit where he starts the thing and he's like, oh, wait, never mind. Let me go back.
Rewind.
Hi, it's me, R.L. Stine. It's like that bit.
What are you guys talking about? I have no idea what you're talking about.
But this is also the first time that we meet the parents. The parents are not present at all in the first half of the book. No. And because it is very much this aggressive sort of like these kids are almost sort of like it's psychological warfare with one another.
Yes.
And now we bring in these parental figures and the mom is so mom-like.
Yeah.
It's a weird sort of snapshot where it's like you have a very normal life. You'd think a kid who just keeps worms everywhere is a fucking weirdo.
But no, he's got a normal
His mom's
family.
like, eat breakfast. I'm yelling, I love you. You shouldn't wear your hat. I want to see your hair. But she lets him wear his hat to school every day.
Yeah. Like she's chill.
It's this book is
All the dad.
this book. Yeah, but
dad is
but
back.
it was that thing that made me think about this when you're talking about the dad coming down and like taking away this thing is that like these are characters, these parents supposedly who allowed their son to literally let his life revolve around worms.
I mean,
For a while, at least.
it fucking shut him
Yeah.
up and kept him busy. Hell.
But
To distract him.
yeah, but it is like talking about the intentional nature of some of the stuff in this book is it seems super intentional that as soon as that thread, that worm
That worm thread.
was cut, is that now we see almost like the real life.
Yeah.
Before it was Todd's perspective of like egotistical, like, this is through Todd's eyes. He's smarter than everyone. You're pitiful. You're stupid. And now, after the worm is cut, we actually see in real life what is his life like. His mom's super nice. He gets in fights with his sister. He's super questioning things that he believes and doesn't believe. His dad tells him that he's going to take away the thing he loves, and he can't argue against it.
Yeah.
So this thing that he's invested
He
time and
becomes
energy
fallible.
into. Yes, he becomes fallible.
This is what happens when he stops trying to get even and starts getting real.
Welcome to the real world,
Welcome to
worms.
the real
Worms.
world, asshole.
Welcome to the worm.
So it's really. So I guess the question I pose is: was it the worm that was cut in two, or was it
him?
Todd?
or was it? Or are they one and the same?
Who's really the worm in this situation?
Well, Jeff, if you recall, when you cut a worm in half, you get two worms, but boy, if it isn't the same.
Yeah. Yeah. Should we just kind of wrap up the end of this book?
Oh yeah, so yeah, the ending.
Do you have another thing, Danielle?
Yeah, I just want to point out the two like super serial killer moments that Todd has, and this is what's leading up to that turn where he's fucking standing there and he sets a long worm down on the table. Regina and her friend Beth are there watching. He sets it down on the table and picked up a pocket knife. You watching?
Which he just
She
had.
just had.
Which should be illegal.
It's weird when Goosebumps characters have weapons.
Knowing this kid that he probably had a knife the whole book up to that
Right?
point is very disturbing.
Like the number of animal murders that he kept out of this book.
A squirrel is just like a worm, but furry and big.
Yeah. So he's just like, you watching? And then with one quick motion, he sliced the worm in half. And then he looks
Like
at
it
the
didn't
girls.
even phase him. Like he felt nothing at all.
Exactly.
It should, because the worms are his thing.
Yeah, he's supposed to like them.
But then he says, like, wouldn't it be cool if you could cut yourself in half?
Yes. That
Partner?
was the. Yeah. So there, wouldn't it be cool if people, your bottom half goes to school and your top half stays home and watches TV?
Is he does he become the scientist from the human centipede?
Certainly seems that way. Jeff.
Centipedes and worms are not too far from one another.
In terms of them having being long.
This book is ahead of its time.
It really is. This is Fight Club before Fight Club. This
This is gamers before gamers.
gamers before Gamergate. It's everything.
Everything.
Thank you to the band Dog Party for the use of our theme song Bad Dream off of the album Hit and Run. It's a wonderful song by a wonderful band. You can check them out at dogpartylive.com and dogparty.bandcamp.com. Geesebumps is just one piece of comedy content from the Mom Hat comedy crew. You can check out all the cool stuff we do at mom-hat.com. That's mom-hat.com. Also, Mom Hat now has a online store where you can get merch if you so choose. We have sweatshirts and water bottles and I think stickers as of this recording.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, there's links. There'll be links in the description below. Look down. Hey, look underneath this.
Look below the
Right.
fold. You'll find it.
Yeah.
And I think the next episode of our show is going to be coming out in December the 8th.
December.
Was that D-Day?
It's my dad's birthday. Is my dad's birthday on D-Day?
Jesus Christ. I don't know what we're going to read yet, but I'm sure it'll be an R.L. Stine book that's going to get real fast. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving.
Hope you get to spend it with your loved ones and it's very nice and safe.
If you go shopping the day after Thanksgiving, be nice. Be nice every day when you go out
Be
shopping.
nice.
Yes. Treat retail workers nice.
Yeah, they have to deal with your dumb bullshit.
They have to deal with you.
They have
Yeah.
to deal with your fucking ass.
They don't know. There's nothing in the back. Stop asking.
Nope. They're not
And
hiding anything
They're
from
not
you.
hiding. They don't own the store.
They don't really give a shit.
They just want to go home.
They just want you to leave them alone.
They don't know why you didn't use Amazon for this.
They don't know.
They can't figure it out.
No.
And you're not helping.
Danielle, do you have anything to say about reviews?
Well, okay. So when I was a kid, this book really kind of hit a nerve with me because I loved unicorns. Well, actually, I still love unicorns. Let me not try to hide who I am. I really love unicorns, and I was like 8 or so, and I had this pink room with this fucking fantastic unicorn border. Like when it was like the big chunk of wallpaper that just went around the room in one ring. Yeah. It was like that. And they were so pretty. It was like all these just like happy little unicorns frolicking. And I loved it. And then one day I went to karate class. And this motherfucker in my karate class told me a story about a little kid who loved Smurfs and had Smurfs all over everything, like on his sheets, on his wallpaper, on his fucking underwear. I don't know. And he started one day this kid just started hating Smurfs and saying, I hate Smurfs all the time in their actual presence while they were there watching. And then one night he went to sleep and they woke up the next morning. He was dead.
What is happening?
And the Smurfs all had blood coming out of their mouths. Okay. So I naturally assumed that this would happen to me with my unicorns. So I spent every day saying, I love unicorns. And I think it got itself into my psyche. Because like now I feel like I don't have a choice.
I don't know if this is a real story or not anymore.
This is a fucking real story. So leave us a review. 5 stars is nice. 5 stars helps us a lot.
Let us be the Smurfs in your life.
Let us be the looming presence that threatens vaguely and gently terrifies.
Yeah, vaguely. That's what we're doing.
Yeah. So 5-star reviews really help. And as you can see, I need help. So if you can give any help at all.
5-star reviews really put a lot of money towards our health care.
Yeah, it's going towards a lot of things that are broken. So, you know, Thanksgiving is a good time to give back.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
All right, Danielle, do you want to read that last
Very last
segment of the book?
Yeah, from literally that last like paragraph.
You're collecting butterflies now? Danny asked in surprise. Todd nodded. Butterflies are so gentle, so pretty, he said, concentrating on his work. Todd has changed a lot, Regina announced, appearing at the bottom of the stairs. He isn't into gross anymore. Now he's into things that are soft and beautiful. Let me show you some of my most beautiful butterfly specimens, Todd told Danny. I have a few monarchs that will knock your eyes out. Everyone was happy about Todd's new hobby, especially Regina. There were no more cruel practical jokes played in the Barstow house. Then, one night, Todd gazed up from his work table and uttered a horrified cry as he saw the big creature fluttering toward him. An enormous butterfly, as big as a bedsheet, carrying an enormous silver pin. What are you going to do? Todd cried. Nice to end.
My name is Jojo, and I have a PhD.
My name is Danielle, and I have a Mothman HD.
My name is Jeff, and I like worms more than you guys do.
Fuck off.
Whatever.
Yeah.
This has been Geesebumps, the Did You Mean Goosebumps podcast. And until next time, stay out of the basement.
Just like somebody I used to